All right, everybody, if you have a question for Coach, please indicate in the chat. We will start with an opening comment from Coach and then take questions. Coach?
Okay, first of all, happy for our guys to get a road win, get back on track. Our helmet stickers that we gave out this week, defensively, Roger McCreary, the interception he had in the end zone was a huge play. And then special teams, he also got the helmet sticker for special teams with the fake field goal, which I thought that was a really big, turning point or one of the turning points of the game, because I think we just snapped it over punter's head, defense held them, and then, of course, we, stopped that. That was real big. Offensively, it was Bo Nix, 23 of 30, 238 touchdown, 10 rushes, 52 yards, protected the football. We were really good on third down. I think we were 11 of 16. And then, of course, Seth Williams was in that conversation too, with the game that he had. But just the fact that, it was a good overall win. Like I said, there's some things that we still got to correct. The special teams with the hold, with the snap, those things. We had a touchdown called back for a hold. We knew we were close. We thought we had a chance to return one, and then it got called back. But there's still things to correct on both sides of football, but I was real happy with the overall effort of our players. We're just trying to get back to playing, Auburn football, and our guys are committed to getting better. Questions?
First is Jason Caldwell.
Gus, you guys had an offensive day that I don't remember. It was, I think, 5 drives over 79 yards, and then negative plays kind of cost you on the other drives. Was it kind of the good and bad of the offense kind of all rolled into one in one day?
We really wanted to run the football. I mean, that was really something that, that we wanted to establish early, and get ahead of the chains and have the third down and 6 or less. And, we did that, quite a bit. But you just said it, the drives, the long drives, the multi-play drives, double-digit drives, that ended touchdowns. And we were able to get in the red zone and run the ball in, too. And that was a big factor, in the game, and I think that just helped everything. So hopefully that'll give us something to, establish, move forward. What is the last 3 weeks? We rushed for over 200 yards all 3 games, so I think that's a real, good, healthy thing.
Did that kind of show everybody that staying ahead of the chains is one of the keys for...
Yeah, I think so. I mean, in our league, especially, that 3rd and 6 or less is a lot easier than the 3rd and 7 pluses. I mean, that's when it usually gets interesting and puts a lot of pressure on, offensive linemen and everything that goes with that.
Brian Matthews is next.
Hi, Coach. Thank you for speaking to us. I wanted to ask you about the defensive line, and how much do you think it helps you guys depth-wise to have Dre Butler, he was back, Jaron Handy, maybe a couple of other guys?
Yeah, those guys got a chance to play a few more snaps. We're going to need those guys to step up, and continue to help with our depth, to keep our starters from playing, a lot of snaps. So that'll be definitely needed moving forward.
And then just your overall defensive line play, from the pass rush to the, holding the gap, setting the edge. How do you feel about it? Is that one area the team can really improve on, you feel like?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about affecting the quarterback. I mean, we've got to keep improving in that area and affect the quarterback. But I think, it really starts just stopping the run. It's Auburn football, and that's what we've been focused on. And, we played a really, really good offense, that kind of scares you in the passing game. And, they just went ahead and committed to the run game yesterday. But, we held them to 28 points. I think the turnover in the end zone was huge. And I think at the very end, getting the ball back when and gave the offense, I think we had 2:30 something left. So, it was a challenge playing that offense. There's no doubt. But our guys, we need to continue to get better at affecting the quarterback.
Thank you, Coach.
Jay Tate is next.
Hey, Gus, talk about that offensive line a little bit. I mean, you're still getting some continuity going. They played another solid game, maybe building a little bit from what they did against South Carolina, and then maybe about Council, what he's looking at.
Yeah. Pretty tough news with Council, so he's going to be out for the year. Had a pretty severe knee injury, and That was real tough because I mean he's really coming on, and you know he's a super person and a really good player. So that's going to be a tough blow. You know, Keandre Jones finished the game, and I thought he did some good stuff. You know, Austin Troxell is a veteran guy that we know. So you know we'll see. But to answer your question, real proud of our offensive line. They're starting to play with more physicality. You know, we ran quite a bit of gap. You know, we ran probably more gap than we did zone, and you know both those guys are being pretty efficient, and I think they're improving.
Steve Moulton is next.
Hey, Coach. I know you mentioned third down conversions already, but I know you've already spoken in the past about penalties as well. How encouraging was to see cleaned up on both ends, penalties and third down conversions in the Ole Miss win, Coach?
Yeah, we got to keep improving though. I mean, we're still, you know, overall 5 games. I think we're towards the end of the league in penalties and penalty yards, and we got to clean that up. And so we're very committed to doing that. Like I said, we had a touchdown call back, and still had a couple of those penalties that we could have avoided.
I know you just mentioned about the injury on the offensive line, but how healthy are you heading into this? Would be 6 consecutive SEC weeks now for you, Coach.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You know, everybody was out there, you know, in some capacity practicing tonight. That was encouraging, but you're exactly right. I mean, it's been a grind, and this will be number 6 in a row SEC game. Then you throw 6 weeks of fall camp together, so it's kind of getting to that point where everybody's a little bit. I'm not going to say banged up, but they're feeling it. So we need to do a really good job this week in practice, getting our guys ready to play.
Jordan Hill's next.
Gus, I want to ask about that last defensive stand on Saturday. You know, we've talked a lot about Zacoby, and he had a couple tackles on it, and Smoke had a really good game Saturday, and he had a tackle on that drive as well. Just how big that was with the game on the line for 2 of the, you know, defenders you guys trust to be able to come through like that.
Yeah, of course, we made a good play on first down. You know, thinking they were going to run second down. I think we got a negative play. They had Plumlee in there, and he's a scary guy. I mean, he's real slippery and very explosive, and I think we extended a play and got a negative play there. And then on third down, they complete a short pass, and we tackled them before they got it, so we got the ball back. So that was a huge series in the game, and you know, what is that, two weeks in a row, possibly 3, that you know they've done that at the end. So I thought that was really good.
David Pascal's next.
Hey, Gus, I guess this is on the heels of 3 straight 1-possession games, but I went back and looked at, I guess, since Bo and Seth, you know, the comeback against Oregon, out of 15 Power 5 teams that y'all have played the last 2 years, 10 of them have come down to single possession outcomes. Are these games aging you and Bo in different ways?
You know, I think it's just part of, you know, having 10-game SEC schedule. And, you know, if you look back in the 2010, 2013 years, I think there was a whole lot of 1-possession games that it went down to. And those are games you got to win. And the good thing is our guys responded very well on Saturday. I mean, you're talking about we missed the extra point because of hold. They go down and score, get it. You know, we get the ball, we go 3 and out, and the defense holds, and the offense gets the ball back with 2:30, and they marched the field and scored a touchdown. So, and then we held them, you know, at the very end. So those game experiences, especially when you win, gives you a lot of confidence moving forward. And there wasn't any panic in our guys. I thought our coaches did a very good job in that situation. And then on the sideline, it was very positive. I mean, the offense and defense were really picking each other up like Auburn football does, and we were able to win on the road.
Thank you.
Mark Murphy's next.
Guess I see you're up to 2nd in the league in pass defense. You're getting some of your injured guys back in the secondary. Do you have a chance to get better back there as the season goes along?
Yeah, there's no doubt. And of course, you know, first thing we got to do is stop the run. I mean, you know, that's you know, that's Auburn football. But we've done a good job in the past getting the, you know, Damio was back, played some snaps, you know, and so that was good too. And but I think our secondary, I think they're growing, and you know, they're getting experience, each week. Jalen Simpson's another guy, played a lot of snaps, and he's starting to get healthier, so that's a good thing.
You think LSU is going to be a pretty good test for their pass defense, their average?
I think LSU, the way they played, yesterday. They look good at running and look good at passing. So yeah, it'll be a test. And I think everybody's figuring this out. Every week, it doesn't matter who you're playing. You got to bring your A game. You got to play good football. And and I've said this at the first. The teams that can get a little bit better each week, I think are going to have an advantage. And that's our challenge. That's what I've been telling our guys. And because it's a grind.
Justin Ferguson's next.
Hey, Gus, going off of that, I wanted to ask you about the defense yesterday. Corral barely completed any passes deep down the field. I think he only had like 2 or 3 over 5 yards. How big was that to keep everything in front of you and prevent them from getting those huge plays?
Yeah, I think that that was part of the plan, to try to keep them from the explosive plays that they did against a couple other teams, and see if they could be patient. And I know we gave up some run yards with that, but I think they only tried 2 down the field, and we got one we defended very well. I think we got a PI on another one, but there wasn't a whole lot of shots down the field. They hit us on the little pig wheel trail, on the sideline, and that was really the one explosive play they had in the passing game.
Bill Marshall's next.
Gus, I guess it was on the first touchdown drive of the fourth quarter that Bo scrambled, and it looked like John Samuel Shinker kind of broke off his route and held him out, and you completed a 15-yard pass, I think on 3rd and 13. Just talk about that play and just how valuable he is to you doing things that maybe people don't see.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Of course, I guess what was the play before, we threw one on the perimeter and our knee was down. It had a chance to be a really good play. And then, of course, the 3rd and 12 or 3rd and 13, we had a little play design. We had some different options with it. And then Bo extended the play, and John was, he saw it and just made a play. That was really one of the plays of the game, because we went on and scored, I guess, 2 plays later. And, it would have been a long field goal if we hadn't. So that was a huge play, and John came up big. And then, of course, that was another play that the quarterback just made a phenomenal play on his own out of really, nothing. And it was going to his left and just kind of flicked it. And that was players making plays on that particular one.
One other question about Council. Do you know if he, since this year doesn't count eligibility-wise, do you know if he plans to come back next year?
We hadn't talked about that. I would think there would be a good chance, but we have not talked about that, and that's something we will.
Thank you.
We have a follow-up from Brian Matthews.
Yes, Coach. Thank you. Just wanted to ask you about a couple of injured players. Brandon Frazier. What's his status, and can he still help you guys this year?
Yeah, I'm hoping that he possibly could be back in the next couple of weeks. He has been out there practicing, or in a certain, limited, but practicing some last week. So, he was a guy that we were expecting that we would have an opportunity to help us this year, and still think that can happen once we get him back.
And the other player is Romello Height, the Buck defensive end. I know pass rush is still sort of an issue with you guys. Any chance he could come back and help out?
Yeah, it's a possibility. He has been back, I guess, about a week and a half, and just trying to get acclimated to everything.
Thank you.
Jordan Hill's next.
That's going back on Brandon getting hurt. We talked multiple times about the importance of continuity. What's that challenge like for those other 4 linemen and getting whoever steps up?
Well, yeah, it's a year of needing to be flexible, and we were just getting in a rhythm. There's no doubt, but Keandre Jones is a guy that has a lot of reps with those guys, and so he finished the game. I thought he graded out well the 2 series that he was in. And then, of course, we got Austin Troxell, too, that, he's capable of playing multiple positions, too.